Okay, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us here for the quarterfinal post-game press conference of the 2025 CUSA Basketball Championships. We're joined by Florida International head coach Jeremy Ballard, as well as junior guard Jaden Brewer, senior forward Jonathan Ibar, and of course, our friend Bam Bam. We'll make sure the attending media here in Huntsville have the ability to ask their questions first. Then we'll move to our Zoom audience. If you don't mind, please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question. Thank you for attending as well as your patience. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Ballard before opening up to questions.
Yeah, this was very disappointing way to go out. Very disappointing season in terms of our results. We had big plans, we had big hopes, we had big dreams, and we didn't achieve those. But what we did achieve is showing ourselves that we have the ability to fight through adversity, the ability to respond, the ability to pick ourselves up off the ground and canvas. And that's demonstrated by the guys that are up here. I thought we had an inspired effort last night's game, and I thought we really competed hard tonight. Ultimately, we didn't play well enough, and credit to Jacksonville State. They've had a great season. Coach Harper's done an amazing job with this group. They're poised to go win it all. They're very tough. They're very physical. They're very smart. And we had 3 really hard-fought games with them this year that we came up short. But what I want to say is just how thankful I am for our players. They allow me as a coach to live my dream professionally, to be able to coach in the city of Miami, to be able to coach at an amazing institution with an amazing athletic department, and to coach amazing young men. I told them I don't sleep at night because I want us to do well and I want us to always do better. But whenever I can fall asleep, I can do so comfortably because of the human beings and the souls that we have in our locker room. And they allow me to coach them. They allow me to push them. They allow me to hold them accountable. And ultimately, they allow me to love them. And that's what I do. I love them. And I'm thankful to our administration for all the support they've given us. And we're hungry to be back here and have a night like last night for 3 nights in a row. That's ultimately our plan.
Okay. Questions?
Yeah, Coach, they have the Conference Player of the Year, but they also have a really good freshman, number 2. Just what did he do well, especially making those baskets down?
Yeah, that's what great teams do. Pierre is a great player, and he got points, 19 points, but we made him get it on 18 shots. We turned him over 7 times. We made him work for everything, and then he stepped up. House stepped up, made big shots. Played almost 36 minutes, only had 1 turnover. So credit to him. Credit to Coach Harper for having him ready as a freshman to step up in his first conference tournament, and that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Question for John. John, you had an outstanding season, battled back from an injury, were able to eclipse 1,000 career points late on in the season in a really awesome way in an overtime game. Can you just talk a little bit about your time at FIU and sort of what kind of legacy you feel like you're leaving for the guys that are still coming back?
Man, my time at FIU has been very eye-opening. I've learned a lot of things, especially about my game, about myself as a person. Made incredible relationships and connections with people I'll never forget. This is definitely not the way I wanted to go out. This is not the way we thought it was going to go out. From the beginning, I've always just, what I poured in is just intensity and just being an everyday guy. These guys know it. From me, you're never going to see something different. I'm always going to be the same person, day in, day out. So the legacy that I want to kind of leave for the guys, the younger guys that been with me for 2 years now here, and the freshmen that just got here this year is just, college comes by fast. One day it feels like you just started. You just scored your first points, and then next thing you know, you just got 1,000, or you're playing your last ever conference tournament game. And it goes by a lot faster than people think. So I just don't ever take anything for granted, man. You never know when you might have to miss a season, you might have to miss a game, or you might not be able to play anymore. So, just leave it out there every single day. That's kind of the legacy I could try to leave for these guys.
Coach John came in as a transfer. His dad had an incredible legacy at FIU already, but can you just talk about what he brought to the program and kind of how y'all are viewing things?
John made history. He's the first, second generation FIU basketball player, and no better person to do that than him. And he's as mature as a young man as I've ever coached. He's such an unbelievable representation of our institution. I'm so proud of him. He's playing with 8 screws in his ankle. He could have easily sat out and medically redshirted this year, but he wanted to lead by example and set an example of what it looks like to bring it every day and never make excuses. And he is a rock star human. And how he scored 1,000 points in his career, he'll quintuple that in life, and whatever it is he chooses. And so proud to have coached him, and I love him.
Jaden, can you just talk a little bit about tonight? You were having a lot of success, in the last game as well against Western Kentucky. I know you're very much a team guy, but this was definitely a breakout season for you. Can you just talk a little bit about kind of what was effective for you in the game tonight, and sort of also the legacy that kind of this team is leaving with you as a guy to return?
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to all the seniors, man. I just really appreciated all of them pushing me in practice, pushing me to be better, just making me be accountable for the things that I do wrong. So I always want to give all the credit to them and my coaches, man, because none of it would be possible without them, man. They put me in positions to make plays and try to be better. So that's just mainly my focus, man. And I was just grateful to just play with all these guys and just be coached by these coaches and everything. So I'm just always grateful for that.
And I just want to add, I'm so proud of Jay Brew and the growth that he's made, not just as a player, everyone can see that, but as a person. Man, he's a joy to be around. He's improved so much academically, and he's improved so much on the court, man, and so proud to see it, man. Love him.
Coach, I know it's always tough at the end of the season, but just the scenes in the locker room after the game today, what does that just tell you about, despite what you were talking about with some of the results this year, just how tight-knit of a group you have here at FIU,
Yep.
and what you've been trying to build as a culture in the 7 years that you've been at the Panther?
We have 3 core values: enthusiasm, toughness, and my favorite one is appreciation. And to me, that's what it shows. These guys were appreciative of the brotherhood and bond that they had. They're appreciative of being able to put on this FIU uniform. They're appreciative of being able to represent our institution. And they showed that. And they fought every day. We didn't get the results we wanted. But they never stopped fighting. They never stopped believing. They never stopped caring. They never stopped pulling for each other. They never stopped being coachable and allowing us to push them. And our record is certainly not where we wanted to be, certainly not where we expected to be. But the effort and the spirit that we bring daily doesn't match what that record shows at all. And that speaks to the character of these young men.
I think you touched on it a little bit, but just as far as the identity of this group, just the words that come to mind, when you look back, over the years, what do you think the identity of this year's group was as opposed to maybe others you've been a part of?
I think adversity, we faced so much of it, on-court adversity, and we just kept fighting, and And, if you would walk into any practice at any point during the year, you would see guys that were determined to get better, that thought we were always going to keep improving, that were always ready for the next game, the next play, the next opportunity to try to prove that. And I'm just so proud of them for that. I'm appreciative of my staff for always, pouring into these guys and having hard conversations with them and pushing them. And I'm just proud of these guys for bringing it every day and, blocking out outside noise, and really just pouring into each other and trying to be the best version of ourselves.
Do we have any questions from our Zoom audience? Not hearing anyone? Okay. Coach, gentlemen, thank you all for being in there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we want to thank everyone for joining us here for the quarterfinal postgame press conference of the 2025 CUSA Championships. We're joined by Jacksonville State head coach Ray Harper, as well as senior guard Jerron Pierre Jr., senior forward Marcellus Brigham. We'll make sure the attending media here in Huntsville have the chance to ask their questions first, then we'll move to our Zoom audience. If you don't mind, please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question. Thank you for attending, as well as for your patience. We'll begin now with an opening statement from Coach Harper before opening it up to questions.
Just proud of our guys. Thought we competed. Wasn't always pretty tonight, but give Jeremy and FIU a lot of credit. They compete, and this time of year it's about winning in advance, and we were able to do that this evening.
You've had battles with them. Just what makes FIU such a tough out?
I think the way they compete. They don't always shoot the three ball great, but they made some threes in the second half. But they got good athletes, and I think they're scrappy. I think they're going to get after you. And I think that's a testament to their head coach.
It was a close game, but you guys kind of pulled away a little bit, maybe that 10-point lead before it closed out. Just kind of what was the difference there in that stretch that you guys had?
I thought we made plays. Players make plays, and they've got this time of year. You got to have guys that can go make plays, and we did in those opportunities.
Just can you guys talk about this win and just kind of how it sets up for what's to come for you guys?
I feel like it set up some good for it to come. Like, it was a learning lesson. We played them twice, so that's our third time playing them. We know they was going to come out and play hard, so it's just one down, two more to go.
Yeah, I said the same. I like the effort that I saw from the team today, and we're going to maintain the same effort for the next game.
For the players, what was it like watching the
wonderful. It's wonderful. I mean, we try to get that out of him every night. So, I mean, for him to do that tonight was big.
Yeah, I'll say it was fun to watch because I see it all the time from him at practice, and it's just good to see him showcase it on the big floor.
Can you talk about his night, Coach?
Expected. He's not a freshman anymore, although Jerron thinks he's a freshman. He's not. He's a sophomore now. You know, I've seen him play since he was probably a freshman or sophomore in high school, and he played at a high school that I don't think they had won since Wes Unseld had played that high school, and he got that team to a regional championship last year. He just put them on his back and took them. I think he's one of those kids that likes big games, and you know, he can make big plays.
Any more questions in here? Questions from our Zoom audience? Jared, anything? Okay.
All right.
Coach?
Thank you.
At least one of us can appreciate the West Unseld reference in this room. So.